Welcome, everyone, to the Jessica Schab After Party. And so far with us, we have, of course, the guest of honor, the lovely Jessica Schab is with us. And, of course, somewhere in mid-America, the trucker boy known as Matthew Randall is also with us. And all the way from across the pond there over in jolly old England, as it's known from time to time, Rory has joined us as well. There will be more folks popping in, so it'll kind of come little bit by little bit. But I think what we're going to address right off the hop is the question that Beej Price had for you, Jessica, of whether or not you ever believed in psychics.
Well, a lot of times people thought I was psychic, and I didn't like that. But I always told psychics too that, like, now I tell them that, like, it doesn't matter if you're right 100 times, maybe even 1,000 times. At one time you're wrong, it can screw up everything because you give so much merit to being right all the time. You don't consider that what happens with it when you're wrong, right?
It's the hits and misses fallacy, I believe.
Yeah, I did believe it in the past. Now I think we have those times where we can sense some things or just know things, or but doesn't make us necessarily like psychic and we have this gift kind of a thing. I mean, the mind's an amazing thing. There's lots of things we don't know about it. There's lots of things it can predict, and then there's lots of things that it can get horribly wrong. It's, again, we put the weight and merit into it as being like, I'm psychic, I know every time, then we have a problem. You're gonna have a bad time.
You're gonna have a bad time, man.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
The difference between being psychic and having telepathy, because my wife is very telepathic. I mean, things happen at the same time that you just wouldn't believe. But is there a difference between those two?
I mean, like,
I think there is.
Like, yeah, but it's just like, she's your wife. She knows you very well, and when you're in quarantine together, and I know you're in serious lockdown right now in England. And my brother lives in Cambridge, and he has twin 1-year-old boys and a 5-year-old girl, so it's really fun for him right now, as you can imagine. But like, when you're with someone 24/7, you can be like, just pick up people's thoughts. Like, I have this with my best friend all the time. I'll say something and she's like, I was just thinking that, and vice versa.
Oh, well, no, Jessica, it's not
you're just on the same wave. Sorry, go ahead, Rory.
It's not just between her and me. I mean, it's between her family in the United States as well.
Yeah, there's just, we can look at it like cell phone waves. You can be on like a similar wave sort of way of just thinking, and you can kind of tap into it here and there, and she can be right lots of times, but she's also probably not paying attention to the many times that she's wrong, and she just happens to tap in when she's right. And it's pretty neat, right?
It's great when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how many times has she been wrong, and have you kept count of that?
Well, no, because it doesn't really work that way.
Well, yes, that's absolutely how it works. It's called the hits and misses fallacy. You count all the times you get it right, but you forget about the thousands of times more that you get it wrong.
Yeah.
Is it?
To the right times. We pay more attention to the right than when we're wrong. So then we build it up.
I don't know. I kind of think if two or three of you suddenly have the same thought at the same time, well, that's a positive. But you can't then deny, well, you're not thinking of different things. It's the fact that they come together that makes it telepathic.
I think you're saying like the difference between like everyone having a 6-sided dice and everybody rolling it versus everybody rolling a 2 all at the same time.
Yeah.
Still a coincidence, though.
Yeah. It is a coincidence, yes. And of course, if you're with a group of people and you're used to each other, you know how each other think, and you can obviously kind of hone in on, I know what you're about to say, or I know what you're thinking, or and most of the time you're going to be true, because you've been through experiences with these people or that person in particular, and it becomes fairly commonplace that you would reply or respond or act a certain way, and they're used to it, so they're able to predict a particular behavior or statement you might say too.
It's also the same with dreams. Like, I used to have like dreams where I'd dream it, and then the thing would happen the next day. But I mean, there's a lot of dreams that we can't remember, and like, and it's also interpretation too, right?
Sure.
So like that's a big part as well. Then there's many dreams that I've had that aren't accurate, but I somehow managed to just remember the ones that were that day. So,
Yeah, and I like this. How hard can it be to read an American's mind? Beer, football, and hamburgers. Easy peasy.
Steak.
And celebrity.
Got steak.
Well, so you forgot nachos. Like, that's important.
Mexican food.
Oh, yes, Mexican food.
Speaking of food, I think it's about time I did my usual after party gummy bears. Don't you guys think so? I think so.
Yeah, that's kind of a tradition, ain't it?
Yeah.
Y'all
Except for the times when I don't have them.
Yeah, but aren't them gummies kind of expensive, though?
Well, I know the guy that makes them, so I get a deal.
Oh.
And instead of having to pay $5 a gummy, I only pay $2. So
I'm a blonde. I'm naturally.
That's a very good gummy bear discount, if I may say so.
Yeah. I mean, even IQ made a funny picture of me. He put a gummy bear with my bandana on. I put it around Twitter. It said Neil the 604 gummy bear.
That's bloody brilliant.
Yeah.
He is good.
Oh yeah, he comes up with some great ones. I love the Baby Yoda one that he did of me too.
That one, your face on it was perfect. He got the perfect snapshot on that one.
Well, he's got little Baby Yoda with my bandana on there, drinking from one of these things. Right?
So that was a Neil the 604 Yoda.
Neil the 604 child, I think, or whatever, because he's now known as not Baby Yoda anymore. He's now the child, right?
The child. I love how in season 2 they made sure that everyone referred to him as the child in every episode about 10 times. So before they would never say anything.
We just welcomed into the stream my very good friend Dave, who's known as secular. What is it? Simply secular. Dave. That's right. He's also from our neck of the woods, Jessica. He's in Vancouver as well. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. He was wondering if we were going to have too many Canadians in the stream at once. I'm like, you can't have too many Canadians in the stream.
And if you do, you should apologize.
Oh, he says he can't hear us yet, so we're working on. He's working on that right now.
I got it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
Yeah. Are you working for the Verizon guys now? Can you hear me now?
No, I'm having a little there we are. Mental floss from Pierre.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Down the road from me here, they're like a block and a half away.
Nice.
I can't drink my vodka yet because I've got to drive soon.
You don't have to stick around for too long, Jessica. I mean, I know you told me earlier that you've got something.
We haven't got to the butt stuff yet.
It always degrades into some sort of debauchery and my after party. So
well, I talked about
especially when I'm on
interview with you. So there you go.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Wait, are we live?
The way her face went from
what did this
stuff?
What stuff?
She said, I just left a cult. What is going on in the channel?
Butt cult, that might not be so bad.
Oh.
There just aren't any good butt cults.
You know, I got
one.
I got it's called my after parties. Dave, I got to tell you, that thing you got going there in the background on the screen, the fire there is making me feel really cozy.
Hey, hot. That's hot, man. Careful.
Making me pine for summer and sitting out by the beach, man.
I did that for Jessica. I thought it would be a little. This is actually from church camp, as fate would have it, but it's
church camp.
It is. It's in Sandwich Island, Washington, where the church that I used to go to. I used to help organize this camp, and I went down to light an early morning campfire for yoga, and it was so beautiful. It was pristine down there, and they built that little lake there. It's called Lake Freestad. And first thing in the morning, you know, down there all alone, set up my phone, just sat there and enjoyed the herons flying over and, you know,
Cool.
the few people wandering around. So, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Church
I'm sorry.
Camp Kiwanis here in Victoria. It reminds me of my church camp in Camp Kiwanis in Victoria.
Camp Kiwanis, holy cow. There's a name I haven't heard in a
Yeah.
while. That one and another one that on the island that I actually went to was Camp Elphinstone. I don't know if it's still even there, but
I think I actually went by there not too long ago. My sister's family lives out in just outside of Victoria there. So.
and of course I went to the Jewish camp, Camp Miriam on Gabriel Island for like fucking 6 years in a row as a camper.
Making macaroni pictures all the live long day because that's what Jehovah desires.
Yeah, exactly. Weird thing is they didn't have any bacon at breakfast time, so which is just tragic for me because I'm a big bacon fan. So
you remember when you discovered bacon for the first time?
oh yes, I was like, I need this all the time now.
There's a
Bacon should
short
be
film of an 80-year-old woman, and she was looking for cooking videos on YouTube, and she stumbled across a Christopher Hitchens video, and it transitioned her totally to like a skeptic and critical thinker. And so there's a video of her trying bacon for the first time after like age 82, and it's just wild. Yeah.
Wow, I got to check that out. Another question for you, Jessica, from Beej here. I'll pop up on the screen here. Says, has Jessica read The Cult of Trump by Stephen Hassan?
No, I have not. I do know Stephen Hassan, though. He's a Facebook friend of mine, and we've talked a few times, but I wouldn't be surprised that there's material like that out there by him, but I'll have to check it out. Thank you for that recommendation.
Yeah, I mean, the guy literally has a cult, so following him around, but he's no longer in power.
He's a savior to people.
I know, which is weird.
Yeah, it's interesting. Really?
You know what's the Trump of cult? Oh my, or the Trump of car. Trump cult. It's fucking awful here because they haven't found any actual evidence of any of the voter fraud or anything like that. But yet Trump still runs around like an idiot, you know, claiming voter fraud. Every time they go into court, the judge asks, well, where's your evidence? Well, we don't have any. Well, get the fuck out then. What the hell?
That is Randolph that just joined us there, Jessica. He also lives pretty much in the same city as we do, like lower. He's in Richmond. So
you're close to me. I'm in Ladner.
Hey, hello, neighbor.
I thought you were in Vancouver. I lived in Ladner for fucking 15 years, man.
So what I'm doing here is a vinyl.
Really? Yeah. No,
I'm doing the vinyl siding for the West Wall for the True North Talk Studios. So I'm going to work on that while you're all talking, and I'll
try not to be too noisy.
So
we're just going to be talking about butt stuff anyway. So
yeah, it's all about.
I think you need a better topic.
Oh yeah, yonder.
Jessica,
The logger sounds like a better topic.
So it's me, Rory, and Mikey are the only ones that are not Canadian.
That's okay.
Well,
That's correct.
We all live within half an hour of each other.
Like not even. Probably, I would say I could be in Ladner in less than 15 minutes. Let's put it that way.
I can be less than 5. So,
yeah, because you live in Richmond, right near the fucking tunnel.
Right by the top.
So I'm the guy.
Well, I guess I'm about 5,000 miles away from you.
It would take me 10 minutes to get to Neil's place, so 15 sounds about right to me.
Yeah, I'm 2 bridges away, but it depends on what time of day. I don't know if Neil told you I'm over in North Van there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like North Van.
Yeah.
And a New West is like the armpit of Vancouver.
That's right.
It's well, all right. Technically,
but it's a clean armpit.
Technically, I'm in Queensboro, which is still attached to Richmond. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm in the very, very hoity-toity new part of Queensboro. It's called Port Royal. So,
Okay.
How come you don't do that thing when you sip your beer where you stick your pinky hole?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I think you guys should change the name to Port Royal.
There you go.
Slap an E on the back of that bad boy.
Port
By the
Royal.
By the way, I was just in the EA show's after party. Just passing on a hello from them to everybody here. I told them I'm heading over here.
All right, cool.
Nice.
I co-hosted the EA show. Was it yesterday or Thursday? One of those 2 days.
That's not the morning show, right? That's the Daily Atheist. That's what I was watching.
That's Daily Atheist. No, EA is the empathetic atheist. Is Justin.
So Neil's moving up in the world, is what he's saying.
Hey man, I got one of these. I got one of these now. It says,
I know.
official
I'm so
host and crew
jealous.
member of the atheist community of
Nice.
Boston. I'm also a member. So
See, Neil never believes me when I say this, but I've been telling people that he's famous.
He is, and I love how
What?
Neil's show has jumped from leaps and bounds to get to where, I mean, look at him.
it's hard work,
he's
buddy.
at. It is. And
It's hard work.
Congratulations, you're awesome.
I think
You're so famous. I was gonna see if you were interested in reading through this book because I know you're as big a fan as I am. But it's Shelby's Wildlife, based on Carol Shelby, all about the Daytonas, and full of exciting pictures and commentary and quotes and stuff like that. If you want to borrow it, if I ever see it.
well, eventually.
Did you say Carol Shelby?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
the Mustang?
No, that's the lady who did Lamb Chop.
No, that's Carol Channing.
I love that show.
No, my favorite car is the AC Cobra. The engine was developed by Shelby for that. The 427 Cobra jet engine. So
The only part that they miss in this book is the 3 Austin Healys that he built with the 289s in them. It's from
Right.
that point on, because that's kind of where he got famous for putting big engines in little cars. But yeah,
exactly.
From the conversation.
Well, also, Neil, you have to remember that the AC was an English-built automobile.
Yes.
Put the engine in. So, what do you mean, unfortunately? Come on. No, that's how he built the AC Cobra. He put a big American V8 in a lightweight British sports car, for goodness sake.
Rory, do you remember the famous quote from Carol Shelby when they were asking him how fast the car was going to be?
No, I don't.
He said, I can make a brick do 100 miles an hour if I put a big enough engine in it.
So
pretty good.
John Hennessy can do that too. Have you seen some
Yes.
of his stuff? Jeez.
All right. So just to make things even more lopsided, we are about to have another BCer jump in. Yeah.
From the interior.
The person one of the people that pretty much cleared out my wish list on Amazon to help with the show, including the green screen that I haven't put to use yet, but we will be at some point. So the Quiet Gorilla is also going to be joining us. He's never been in an after party, so and he's also from BC as well.
Oh, y'all deep up in here. Y'all can't play.
I can smell the maple syrup already.
Yeah, but like every third person up here is an atheist, so we're everywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see. I mean, Randolph and I are going to put together get-togethers and stuff like that because I'm the community advocate for Canadian atheists, and Randolph is the president. And we're going to be putting together meetings and getting together and stuff like that. So all of you BCers that are here will be getting, you'll be told when we're going to be getting together. And if you're always more than welcome to join us.
Did you guys all join? Were you a part of Skeptics in the Pub?
I've been to a few of those. we're not affiliated with them. I'd like to be, but since Google Plus, they seem to have had some trouble because they used to market in Google Plus a lot, and they had a good audience there. Google shut it down. People went all over the place, unfortunately. But I think they're doing okay, from what I know. But unfortunately, somebody who was starting the Anti-Theism conference started some kind of in the hub group that competes with them and is creating some confusion there.
Huh.
Welcome to the after party for the first time ever.
Yes. Cheers.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you and put a face to your name. Cheers to you. I'll do that with my screwdriver drill here. Cheers.
There's mud in your eye.
Yeah.
Well, I used
Thank
to
you.
be president of like the Atheist Alliance of Vancouver. That was very.
Canadian.
Canadian Atheists. We're a national organization. I started it a few years ago because I thought it would be good to have one here for Canada because we didn't have one. And now is a good time. Like the main focus of Canadian Atheists is to normalize atheism in Canadian society. And we hope that catches on throughout the whole world. And then also to counter the vilification efforts of those who are against atheists and atheism. So, and there's other things we're doing too, like trying to build community and stuff. COVID-19 has put delays on that, of course.
Yeah.
But Neil's been doing a great job with that, despite that.
I don't know if it's the same one, but yeah.
Hey,
It was a while ago. A year or two ago.
Huh? I don't understand what you're saying. Your voice is all muffled.
I'm not sure why.
Yeah, maybe
Let's
further
see,
back from the microphone, I think. Yes.
Okay. Well, there's a link closer. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Atheist Alliance. It was writing it all the time then. It's embarrassing that I don't know what it is now.
The Atheist Alliance, I think, is that not that's
Godless-
the Godless Mom has International Atheist Alliance.
Yeah, that's the organization that we like to promote. They're really good.
Okay.
They're actually helping people who are in danger get out of their.
Yes, I remember
Yes.
doing that with them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one you're thinking of because they're the ones that are doing that. They're doing a phenomenal job with it, and they're maintaining everybody's privacy while they do it. They take it very seriously, more so than a lot of corporations do. They're better with the privacy. That's what I've noticed. I really like and respect what they're doing.
Does Randolph ever stop working? Because whenever I see him on this channel, he's always doing a bathroom or appears now to be doing some other something else.
Like paperwork? Yeah, I'm taking a break from paperwork and getting back to this stuff. It's going to be raining tomorrow, so I'm working late at night here. It's yeah. But sometimes I just sit around and chat.
And I do have to apologize to Rory about his. I touched a nerve with the British cars, and for that, Rory, my new car is going to be a Mini.
Well, that's
Excellent,
very
Mikey. Well, glad to hear it.
Of course, he's going to K-swap it with a Honda motor and turbocharge it. But yeah, it's gonna be a Mini.
Well, Honda motors suck now. They have no power, and in the intersections you try to accelerate, and they lose their power half the time. I'll never buy another Honda.
Well, that's why you have to take it to one of those Fast and Furious tuner guys. You know.
Did you put a big wing on it? Because that can help it go a lot faster. I hear.
Oh, spoiler! Yeah,
A wing and a big turbo, like what's on my Peterbilt that I drive.
a wing, but not a prayer. Gotcha.
I hear that imitation
Halfway there.
carbon fiber stuff makes them really fast too.
Yeah, it almost doubles the horsepower if you get the hood. If you get the hood made out of carbon fiber, that's like 45 miles an hour of speed just added on. Whatever the dashboard says, just add it on top.
Yeah.
Back to the Future car that leaves a trail of fire.
DeLorean.
Yeah. Very cool.
Jessica, are you from here originally, or did you come out here at some point?
I was born in Winnipeg, and I came out here when I was 7. And mostly grew up in like.
Winnipeg?
And for those who don't know, that's called Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a
That's
slam.
out.
But the pronunciation was correct.
Like the snow goes over your door, you're like canning and jarring food for like the winter. I was also born in the winter. And in the summer, you're greeted by ginormous mosquitoes all the time. So
Oh yeah, they're like the size of B-52s. Those things are huge. You can hear them coming.
and now it's dangerous there apparently. And now we're in lockdown, so it's like, wow, that sounds like a magical place to live.
Winter
I hear you
Peg
can hear 'em land.
is in it's Manitoba, right?
Yeah, very good.
And
We got a
it's
star.
right next to the province that we call Ontario.
Yeah, Ontario. That's right.
So that's the line and the wall. That's where the wall is, and then
No,
you got
no,
the
the
wild.
wall's in Regina.
Then you got the wildlings on one side, and then you got the crows on the wall.
That's right.
Well, they actually did film a little bit of Game of Thrones in Alberta, so the wild part.
So
funny.
where's the armpit of Canada?
Oh, that's New West.
Toronto.
No, I was going to say
No,
London.
That's I think it's in Ontario. I think
Yeah.
it's what's that place called?
Gatineau.
Scarborough, or London, or
Whole Gatineau.
Detroit. It's it's just on
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
I
I go
was
with
in Hamilton
Hamilton.
for a bit. The nicer part near Mohawk College.
I like
Okay.
Hamilton actually. So no, hang on here.
Jessica, I flew into Regina in January one time for a trade show.
There's a.
Oh, that's wicked.
You want to travel back in time? Do it in style.
You're back to
There you
the
go.
limo.
Yonder. The old
That is
betcha.
crazy. That is crazy.
I couldn't find something about that I didn't like.
Oh, it's awesome.
I don't like the fact that it's a DeLorean. What the who spends their money making a DeLorean into
Yeah.
a limo?
You know what? That's disrespectful because they took 3 DeLoreans and killed them to make that car. At least.
You know how many DeLoreans had to die to make that car?
To answer your question, here's a picture of the guy who did that, I guess.
I don't know. He
Really
looks like
fucking bored.
But it's an interesting different view here. It's a neat car.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow, might top the Audi or the
The A8.
The R8.
You're
yeah.
trying to go back in time. You gotta
You're gonna go party back in time. Jesus.
Oh, is this true? Holy cow.
No, it's
Tailgate
not
and everything.
true.
That is
I mean-
true.
It's true.
It
I
is?
drove.
I
I
mean-
driven a DeLorean. They're terrible.
Oh, they're solid stainless steel.
And it's
Underpowered. Grossly
and it-
underpowered.
And it's got the smallest 4-banger you ever saw in your life.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Can't even pull its own shadow up a hill.
Yeah.
Good luck getting a speeding ticket in that thing.
And you can't believe how much money DeLorean got off the British government to start that company. It was ridiculous.
A true American tale.
Mhm.
Screwing the British. Right back at you,
Yeah.
guy.
I'm
Is that a Delormazine?
DeLorean machine.
I believe it was, yeah.
Points for Die Idiot for that one.
Yeah. I thought DeLorme was a rock.
I think he wins all the interwebs for that comment.
I think the fucking weirdest looking car I think I've ever seen is when I was living in Richmond, and some guy had a body shop where he designed all these bizarre cars, and he had 2 front ends of the old 70s model of the Civic, and he had them together.
It was
so you
an
could drive
Accord.
either way. It was the Accord? I thought it was the
Yeah.
Civic.
No, it was an Accord. My brother used to own Silhouette cars in Richmond, so I remember seeing that car at one of the meetups.
I remember Silhouette cars.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
my stepbrother's place. I drove his, I think it was an '88 Lotus Turbo Black Magic and Lamborghini Countach kit car, and he had a Chevy Vega with a 354 bolt in it with nitrous, and he had a 280Z with a 305 in it with nitrous, and yeah, he had some cool cars.
So
Where in
he's a
fucking
suicide
Richmond are you going to drive that shit?
On Heather, right behind the mall.
You just hit nitrous from red light to red light? Like,
Yeah, he got a lot of tickets.
I bet he
I
did.
suppose.
Was he? Did he ever do any of the drag racing on Viking Way?
We went out to Latimer Road a lot when I was
Oh yeah.
yeah, in Langley. Yeah.
We used to do the of course you do the number 3 road strip. You do where all the guys used to park at Times Square with the hoods up.
Yeah,
The hoods up gang, we used to call them. And then you go there and you cruise up and down 3 road for a while. Then you go over to Viking Road and do your drag racing, and then go home and get really drunk, because that was the way to do it when you were in your 20s back in the day.
Yeah,
That's how we did it in the early teens.
That's
I
right.
mean,
That wasn't just a Canadian thing. We do that all. We did that too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Did you ever see the episode of Street Outlaws where they raced the Canadian guys?
Nope, can't say I remember that.
The Canadians lost every race.
Well, we're so used to being worried that either caribou or moose are going to jump out on the road. So.
But it was intentional because we were being polite.
That's probably it. Yeah.
All right, Neil.
after you.
Yeah,
After you. Damn, we keep
Neil.
losing every drag race.
Canadians
Yeah.
losing every race is not
Sorry,
fun.
sorry.
Sorry, I can't laugh at that.
Why
Neil,
don't you guys
could-
just put a bull
Neil.
guard on the front of them?
Put a what?
A bull guard, or
The cow tipper.
Cattle
Yeah.
guard. Yeah.
or protester
Rory.
slayer, whatever.
Yeah.
they call them.
You were going to ask me something, but Matthew
I
kept
was-
interrupting you.
I was indeed, Neil. We could go talking cars all night, but Jessica is your guest,
Yes.
Yeah,
so I would quite like to ask her a question.
of course.
Go ahead. I just trying to find this armpit area in Canada. I was thinking that I don't remember it. It's not,
She's after party ready.
yeah, kind of.
I know where they are.
Go ahead, ask me what you-
Googling armpits.
Oh man.
I still
Do
say
not Google that.
Okay, guys, let's let Rory ask Jessica
Yeah.
his question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jessica, I was very interested in your acting career that you mentioned.
Oh yeah. I worked over 10 years in the film industry. A little bit of
Right.
acting. I'm not really a good actor, nor did I like it. It was all, buy this crap, you look like me. Yeah. I like the animation
Buy
and the
this crap.
VFX side as well.
Well,
So,
the reason why, Jessica, is my daughter Sarah just graduated a month ago from the Stella Adler School of Acting in New York.
uh-huh. That's awesome.
So, which is a pretty famous acting school,
That's right. Yeah.
And so she's really kind of starting out on her career, and I was wondering if you might be able to give her any advice.
Oh, okay.
Bring a book.
Don't do it. No.
So I don't know how applicable this is now because of everything, but when she meets, just don't give up, because you're going to get lots of rejection and auditions.
Yeah.
When she meets casting directors, they like people that are themselves. They don't like people that try to act like Julie Roberts or Tom Cruise or whoever, right? They want them to have their own identity and just confidence, shaking the hand really strong, things like this. I talked to actors casting just to kind of get an idea of how they know who to decide. They have thousands of people that want to do it, right, and break into it. So, I mean, it really is just keep grinding the pavement, right, and building your resume of theater or whatever you can to get into it.
But
Just build
yeah,
your
that's kind of
experience.
what she's doing.
Even
I mean,
doing stuff on YouTube with friends and or family, to kind of show her chops and to just have more people, see what she can do, and then they reach out to her.
I mean, she did fairly well at the school, and very much more into
promising.
Shakespeare and stuff like that. But
I took some acting too at Vancouver Film School. I also took low budget filmmaking.
What advice do you have for his daughter, grandmother?
I think, see, I've been on set a few times, so all I could say is bring a book.
I worked on so many shows, I forgot that was working on them. I did lots of background as well. I was watching White Chicks the other day, and I forgot that I was in it. I saw myself go by.
You're in White Chicks? No way.
Yeah, just in background, I'm at the Hampton party, and they've done so many things here, right? They did Jumanji. They did Jumanji into Wasson. Was
my friend worked was security for the mansion or the house that they did him with the alligator set up. And then when he was working that night, he was taking pictures of everything they had in there for Facebook. Yeah, so he's the crew chief for all the security for movie sets around here.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
Vancouver's Bird on the Wire.
Is it common for a lot of these actors, even just the small scene actors in the background or something, to get paid royalties, or are most people just a one payout?
So if your background, then that's your background. You get it like a snap amount, and that's it. At lines, like I happened to get on my first day working on set, then you can get royalties and things like that.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. So my next day I'm extra work. I'm like, oh, when do I get my lines? You don't? Okay.
Jessica, my sister, has been acting for years out here in Vancouver. She's gone through a few agents, but she's been on a few Hallmark. She was on a Hallmark movie recently, one of the Ruby Herring ones, and she was in. Along Came a Spider with more. She had a scene with Morgan Freeman. She was the reporter asking questions and that. Yeah.
Awesome.
When we were kids, we did audio commercials for Griffith Gibson Ramsey for the GGRP. I still have the cassette of the original 4 commercials we did for like Dairyland, Peak Green Cooking, Swing Orange Juice.
What advice would you give to Rory?
Oh, get a good agent and go to every, no matter how good or bad you feel, just go to every audition you can get.
Yeah.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. You never know which one's going to sound terrible and work out great, or sound great and work out great.
That's true. Yeah.
It's a funny industry. I never was interested in it at all or had anything to do with it. And then all of a sudden, due to COVID, our campus is closed. And when the film industry found out that I have a closed campus, we've shot 3 films here in the last 4 months.
Yeah.
And so I've had to spend 14, 16-hour days opening doors, closing doors, turning on lights, turning off lights, and watching them make these movies.
Yeah.
And to Neil's point, it is amazingly boring. It's the same, same thing over and over.
You're there for a long time, like 16 hours, right?
Yeah. And you're spending most of it sitting there waiting for them to swing the camera, set the lights, block the frames. And then you do 30 seconds in front of the camera, cut, reset, camera at a different angle. Yep. So it's mind-numbingly boring from my perspective, but interesting because I got to know everything from the set decorators all the way up to the cast, and so many different stories and biographies and how people got into the industry and what they love about it and what they hate about it. But it is a career unlike any other one I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, you can't have a life most of the time working in the film industry. I remember you work 17-hour days, 5 days a week, and I was actually a part of a union to help prevent drowsy driving for people who work on those hours on set and try to drive home afterwards and just get in accidents because they're just so damn tired. Stuff like that. They really push you in a lot of ways. So there's got to be something where they, don't do that. It's just inhuman.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because we're outside.
I like the right.
We're outside of the Vancouver zone, just outside of it. So there's an additional incentive for film crews to come this far up the highway. Yeah. And so we've been housing the film crews in our empty student residences, and we've been providing food services through our catering and our meal hall. And so we've become this mini studio an hour outside of Vancouver. And we're just lining them up, shooting for 3 weeks and then resetting, and then they're shooting something else. And so it prevents them from having to drive, which is interesting because every producer's I don't want my crew driving home late at night down the highway back to Vancouver. And I'm fine, I'll put them up here. They can eat, sleep, shoot a film, and I get to sit back and watch them make the next. And we've had 2 Hallmark productions up here in the last 2 months. So it's interesting to see.
Well. The ALM, who scouts out the location, locations managers, they pay you really well for using that.
Oh yeah. I'm very happy to accept their checks to be shooting on our empty campus.
I got the coolest movie thing that ever happened to me. I was laying flooring in Richmond with a guy years and years ago, and Bird on a Wire was filming up here, and he knew the animal handler. And we went down to the terminal warehouse and watched them fly the raptor birds around. We got to meet Booner, the baboon that they used in the movie. And I pet a 420-pound lioness. And it started purring, and I nearly peed myself. But it was the coolest day, just totally random, right? Hey, get up early tomorrow and we'll go for breakfast, and then we drive down to the studio and see all these. The chimpanzees were tearing the hell out of the RV they had them in, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. But yeah.
I just want to say welcome to my very good friend Suchi, known as the Raging Atheist, who's just joined us to sort of level out the North American side of things. Yeah, we needed another representative from out south of the border.
Thanks for the invite.
Mikey, we can't hear you.
I had a question that I meant to ask in the beginning. What was your religion previous to becoming an atheist? Because I missed that part of the...
Okay.
Oh, that
go ahead and explain this one.
The culmination of Jehovah's Witness, Judaism, and Christianity. Yeah, that was the Worldwide Church of God. I think they shut down for some, of course, there's always some scandal. But they started up again with the Reformed Church of God or something now. So, yeah, we didn't even have our church in any actual churches. It was held in high school auditoriums, I remember.
Jessica, have you ever heard of the Community of Christ Church? They used to be called the Reorganized Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Reformed.
Sounds Mormon.
Yeah.
It was a Christian sect that peeled off of the Mormon Church.
Are those the ones that wanted the polygamy and stuff? Where
that was the dividing thing. The Mormons wanted polygamy and the Christians didn't. So
yeah,
that divided them. Yeah.
So weren't they the fundamental Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or whatever?
They were the reorganized, and the other ones just stayed who they were, but they're the fundamental church. Yeah. But the Reorganized Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints renamed their church a few years ago to the Community of Christ Church. And then in 2018, they sold the manuscript of the Mormon, what do they call that? The Book of Mormon. They sold the Book of Mormon to the Mormon Church for $35 million.
It's like, what do they call that? Oh, yeah, the Book of Mormon.
The Book of Mormon, yeah.
What's that book that the Mormons use?
That's worth more than the original golden tablets.
It was actually the highest price U.S. dollars paid for a manuscript in the modern era. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
But anyway, why I was getting to that is my former church, where I still have family that works for the church and goes to the church regularly and that sort of thing. But one of the things they do is they do meetups for people. And they bring in people who are spiritualists, who are aromatherapists, who are doing MLM stuff with healing salts and stuff like that. And they're actually, but they're not doing it through the church's name. They're doing it through another company name it's called Creating Connections. And the church created Creating Connections so that they could kind of find all these people with failed epistemology and introduce them to the church. So they're doing all this stuff through the church now.
Failed epistemology.
Okay.
Isn't it all failed?
Didn't you want me to come on to one of those at one time, Dave?
They
said no.
I said to them what I wanted to do was do a thing about a few talks. One about how to navigate social media safely. One about what we believe, essentially street epistemology, what we believe and why we believe it, and a couple of other topics. And I said, strictly staying away from religion. We will not open that. That's your deal. You can deal with it. But if you're going to introduce all these people to things that are going to potentially put them at harm, it behooves you to also educate them in a way that's going to prevent them from being harmed. And they said, that doesn't fit with our model.
Jesus, really?
Jesus, really? Yes.
I had
he wouldn't like that.
I had two things that I tried to interrupt with like 40 times, but I forgot I muted my mic because I unplugged my mic and had to plug. Anyway,
Yeah, no, your lips were moving.
I'm just
Come on,
shouting.
Mikey, get
I'm
it together.
shouting, and I'm just like, well, y'all just gonna sit there and ignore me. But all right. I have on good authority, Mr. The Quiet Gorilla, that a 90-minute movie only takes like what 2 hours to make. I've seen all. I mean, if you look at the backstage, like behind the scenes footage, it's only like an hour. So I mean, there's no way. There's no way that it takes months to make a movie. I saw the full movie, and then I saw the deleted scenes and the director's commentary. So that's 2 hours tops. And Universal Studios. I was like, it's in a school. It's in a university. But he works at University Studios.
Yeah. To your first point, I learned that it takes them approximately 3 weeks to shoot 90 minutes. But of course, they're shooting way more than 90 minutes because they keep shooting the same scenes from different angles.
Yeah.
And I was watching them and I was doing the math and I realized they're producing about a minute of footage every hour. Yeah, like if I did 1 minute of work every hour, I'd be fired. I don't know what other industry can like have that ratio of we spend 60 minutes to produce 1 minute of finished product.
Entertainment.
Voiceover.
When we had the Olympics out here, we had
Pyramid builders.
Politics when they're playing golf.
I say voiceover.
Mikey.
when we had the Olympics out here, I took a video in the Irish House, and the Stephen Colbert people asked me if they could use it for the show.
Irish Sweet?
Yeah, send me an FTP thing, and I'll send it over there. I'm a huge fan of the show. Go ahead, use whatever you want. So I said, what do you want? They said, send us what you have. I sent them 45 minutes of video through an FTP site over to New York or wherever they were. They used less than 1 second on the show. There was a fight in the bar. They had 3 cameras set up to capture Stephen. And this guy jumped up on the bar and the bouncers grabbed him, and he turned around and swung at the bouncer, and they pulled him off the stage. They literally used his swipe of his hand and him being dragged off the stage. It was less than a second.
Wow.
For 45 minutes. And I have, just so you know, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. They sent me a hat.
Yeah.
And they sent me a t-shirt.
You smoke your doobies is your business.
And the producer, Liz, said, David, you rock. Liz, the Colbert Show.
Nice. Nice.
And they had me fill out a 3-page contract.
Of course. But, you know, just so everyone realizes this or understands this, BC, especially Vancouver, the area here, we're known as Hollywood North here, which is why you've got all the CW shows like The Flash and Arrow. They're all filmed here.
Riverdale.
Riverdale.
Isn't it cheaper to film in Canada?
Well, yeah, for the American, trust me, dude. Like $1 Canadian is like fucking 9 cents American or some shit. But anyways, or the other way around. I don't know what it is. But anyways, the Riverdale place.
Love money.
They filmed the little. Was it Pops? Is actually what Randy's or something out in Mission where my sister lives. I've eaten at that restaurant that they film the Riverdale show at multiple times because they make great pancakes there. So, yeah.
Hey, my sister was on the Beachcombers a couple of times.
Oh, good classic Canadian TV.
Yeah, Beachcombers.
Well,
Neil, what I think it is.
Neil, one of the few contacts I have with the film industry is that I was actually went to school with Carrie Elwes.
Oh, they're going to say John Cleese.
No, Carrie Elwes.
Yeah, you mentioned this before, actually.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Oh.
Yeah. He was my roommate at school, amazingly. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
really
awesome.
cool.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. Princess Bride classic with Peter Falk.
Oh, yeah. Stop rhyming, and I mean it. Anybody got a peanut?
As you wish. As you wish, wasn't that the?
I might
Yeah.
have to hitch up on Twitter later.
I heard they were remaking The Princess Bride.
Oh, I hope so. And the never-ending story
don't.
too.
Why would they do that? Why
Yeah,
are
you
they
don't want to
ruining
remake it.
classic movies?
Yeah, William Goldman's Princess Bride was the best version, and that movie nailed it. So I'm a little sketchy. I'm a little sketchy.
Dude, they're gonna do just like I love Lion King when I was a small child, and then they murdered it with this Disney remake. I
wouldn't
hope
even
they
watch
take your
21.
movie. I hope they take your movie too. I hope they do it to you too.
I wouldn't even watch the new one, Mikey. I'm like, nope, I'm not going there. I'm not.
It was and Aladdin too. It was so cringe. I was like, Will, stop it. Stop. Get help. Like,
Why haven't they remade Gilligan's Island yet?
You know what? We were just talking about that the other day. My buddy Mikey and I, not the Mikey here, but a different one that lives in my building.
This Mikey's not your buddy.
yeah, I'm not his buddy. That's what he just said. That's what he
That's what I was
said.
thinking he was saying.
No, my buddy
All
Mikey,
right.
not him.
not this clown right here. No.
Don't get him confused ever. Not him.
My other buddy Mikey, who lives in my building, pretty much where I get the gummy bears from. But anyway, we were talking about that. I said, isn't it about time they did a Gilligan's Island movie, like a remake movie? But who would they get to play the characters? Like, who do you guys think would make the best replacement for the characters? Because I don't think any of them are even fucking alive anymore, except for maybe Mary Jane or whatever, or Mary Ellen. What's her name? Bill Nye as the professor.
Yeah, as the professor.
I see that.
Totally.
Bill Nye's got improv and stand-up chops. He doesn't show them up all the time.
I would
He
love
was
to
on
see
Almost
Lady
Live.
Gaga's version of Ginger.
I don't know. I grew up on Gilligan's Island. I couldn't imagine anybody playing those parts.
I know. It's hard to do. But
like Gilligan, that would be the hardest.
Do I have use of a time machine? Because I don't want to pick somebody like today that would do it, but can I like imagine? Because Nard Dog from The Office, what's that actor's name? He was in Hangover and shit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Shit.
Oh, what is his name?
Oh,
my
good.
God.
You know, I think you could play Gilligan as the guy who plays Borat.
Oh,
no, Sarah.
He's just
Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
He's just he got too much muscle.
Okay, guys, I have to get going now. But it was really nice talking with all of you. And if we can do this again, like Neil, just let me know when everyone's gathering again. And
Sure, absolutely, Jeff.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure to hop in on one of his live streams.
Like I texted you or sent you a message on Facebook. What I'll do is I'll actually send you my phone number as well, and we can keep in touch through texting and stuff. And as soon as the whole COVID thing is shut your pie hole, Matthew. As soon as the whole COVID thing is dealt with, I think we should, myself, you, and Dave, and Randolph, we can all get together, go have a beer. I mean, Randolph doesn't drink, but he can have coffee or water.
I don't drink coffee.
I would love to figure out some meetups.
He's Mormon. He's secretly a Mormon.
Not a Mormon.
Lovely talking to you too, Jessica.
Yes, Rory.
Thank you.
It was great.
It was
Enjoy your healthcare and lack of mass shootings and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It was very nice to meet you, Jessica.
Thank you.
Sorry our fire dirtied your beautiful clean air up there.
It's okay.
The rain is washing it all away.
That's okay. It was a pleasure meeting you. I hope that we can do some meetups in the future, and maybe even do a Zoom conference with some people out here on some epistemology things and maybe some pseudoscience stuff. I think that'd be great. It'd be a good fit if Neil, we can throw that in the mix.
Of course,
somewhere down the road, that'd be great.
Sure, just let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed my verbal diarrhea interview.
Your what did you call it? The verbal Picasso or
verbal Picasso as well.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It was really great having you on tonight. Finally got to get it done, Jessica, and I'm absolutely no regrets. I think it was great.
They're like, oh no, I was taking the piss out of him too much.
It's okay.
Yeah.
An after show then.
Before you go and make all the fans happy in the chat.
Have you met my friends? They all take the piss out of me all the time, so it's okay.
I'm about to say, so she's never seen an after show then. Okay.
That's the thing with it, right? The after show is to take the piss out of him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We come out of the woodwork.
But
Thank
I
you very
actually
much
needed
for
duck
joining me
out of
again
here,
today.
too.
All right.
Guys, till next time, okay?
Real pleasure.
bet.
Take care.
Well,
Hi, Jessica.
Bye.
Unfortunately, I need to duck out of here too. So my battery is running low, and my phone, for whatever reason, when you go to charge it, when I'm on one of these live streams, it don't like to charge. It just heats up.
You're using more power than it can charge.
Right. even on super fast charging, it has a glitch, and the whole thing just heats up almost hot enough to where you don't want to touch it. So.
Neil, this
Wow.
was this was a wonderful after party. It's very enjoyable.
Says the guy who's been putting vinyl siding on a piece of plywood all night.
Yeah, really.
And half the time we just see his knees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At least he
been on
wears
his knees all
protection,
night.
right? And I mean,
yeah.
right,
Yes,
anyways,
very
I got
nice
duck out of
knees.
Although I still don't
Yes.
understand why it's being put on the floor.
Have a good
Protection.
night, Matthew.
it's
Protection
he's
is
going to
not-
lift the wall up.
The protection is not going to work here. We're going to make some smaller walls after this.
The easy way to build walls on the ground and then just nail them up.
And raise it. Haven't you
That's
ever
really
watched?
nice to it.
We
Yeah,
have
it's
to
just
do
gonna
this
say-
one because
just say
there's
that.
no space behind us here. Otherwise, I would do it standing up. Would be easier. So we've got all this at the neighbor's place. So
I found that to be the case. It is easier when you're standing up.
It's that whole gravity thing, right?
Ed Helms is the name of that actor, by the way.
Yes.
The guy
For
from
which?
for Gilligan.
From The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Nard Dog.
Did that-
Ridididididoo. That dude.
What?
like
Who would he play?
Gilligan.
Gilligan.
Ed Helms?
Go look at the little buzzer.
Pull up his face. Pull up his face.
his face is too wide, man.
So far we have Bill Nye for the professor. For the millionaire and his wife, do we just go with Donald Trump and Melania?
Hell no.
No,
They can't shoot no show from prison.
But they need something to do now.
How the hell do
going
you
to
think
get-
this guy looks like Gilligan?
No, he could be the new Gilligan, I'm saying. He's got the
I don't think he has to look like Bob.
Yeah, with the hat, he's got to be able to do the
give
character.
him a skipper hat.
bad Mike. Bad Mikey.
No, that was Alan Hale. And
Well, I
think
don't know.
he
Like,
got
I saw that movie he was in with like Jennifer Aniston. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, I could see him as Gilligan. He's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all he has to do is do Goofy.
I think Jim Carrey would be a good Gilligan.
Yes.
I mean, if he wasn't so nutty now.
I think
It
he
would
would
have-
too good.
That's what makes him perfect.
It'd have to be like oh wait a minute, he's Canadian. I see what's going on here.
Wait. Jim Carrey doesn't exist. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute.
Wrestler from Canada.
You're like, you know who else would be good? Wayne Gretzky. It's like, all right, getting a little obvious here.
All right. Punchable chicken, you are definitely punchable now.
Oh no, Andy Samberg,
Andy Samberg. Yeah.
the guy from Reno 911.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be good.
I'm not sure if you got the memo, but
you-
John Candy passed away. Also Canadian.
No, that's what. God,
A good choice.
Yeah, he would have been a
Andy's-
great skipper.
Oh, what about the guy from Letterkenny as the skipper?
Oh,
You know
I
what
know
I'm
who
talking
you mean. Yeah, I do know who you mean. Yeah, he's got a shave though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it. The picture is just formed in my brain. The skipper is Tom Arnold.
Oh, that's good.
Well,
That's really good.
If you put that hat on him,
yeah.
it's Tom Arnold.
I guess you could. Yeah, you could. I mean, no, I don't know. I just think. I don't know.
Noka.
I just don't know how they're going to get lost. We have GPS and satellites.
Noka Suchi. Noka Suchi. What do you think about John filling the role of
The phone
skipper?
died.
No Kasuchi, what do you think of John Peterson filling the role of the skipper?
Who the fuck is John Peterson?
That's funny. Oh, John Goodman.
Oh,
John Goodman would make a good skipper.
yeah.
No, because he lost a lot of weight, so he's no longer like a big dude.
Jonah Hill.
In a fat suit.
Jonah Hill, he's kind of young, but
Oh,
yeah.
Meatloaf. Meatloaf is a skipper.
No.
He was Bob in fucking Fight Club.
We don't
suit him
need
up.
no fucking Meatloaf. What's a I would do anything for the silent. Like what? No.
Do you remember Meatloaf in the Rocky Horror Picture Show? That's
Of
how
course.
it is.
Meryl Streep is the skipper.
Battle of Hell 2 is a bad representation of Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What? No, the original album's pretty good, but it's been played.
Yeah.
To death.
The first album was decent until you heard it a million times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, no
the
Kasuchi, I
movie-
asked earlier what you think of John
movie Roadie
Peterson
is good.
in the role of skipper.
Oh yeah, I was on mute the whole time, and I'm just an idiot. It would be perfect. It would be perfect. But I would say like Hollywood would do the Hollywood thing, and they would cast Cult of Dusty.
Oh God, no, please no.
That would be horrible.
If Hollywood does it, it'll be Ben Affleck and Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan will be Gilligan. Fucking, I'm sick of his pretty ass showing up everywhere. Go sit down somewhere, you big muscly motherfucker. Damn.
Stop looking at his ass.
I'm just saying, you don't have to be so in shape. Like, have some flaws. You know, that's cool. Be a person.
Well, he has some flaws. I mean, have
Acting.
you watched the Black Panther?
Acting.
This conversation's not interesting anymore.
Well, I didn't even get to tell the famous actress about my movie appearance.
What were you in?
What were you in?
I was in Matt Powell's famous movie, Science Falsely So Called. You know, I was gonna plug that. I was like, go and watch Matt Powell.
Shut up. Are you being for reals?
Oh yeah. That's what like made my whole channel was Matt Powell's stupid movie and him misrepresenting me and cutting me and making me look stupid. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. He's challenged me to some shit. He pops into a couple of my streams and forums like, we should talk. I'm like, no, we shouldn't. You're an idiot.
Yeah. Don't talk to him. He's an idiot. And he will misrepresent you. His new movie comes out November 30th. And yeah, we're gonna be reviewing that for a while.
Oh my God, I want to be there for that.
Yeah, I'll save a seat for you. We're gonna have like groups reviewing like 5 minutes at a time. You know,
Nice.
It'll be fun.
Randolph, you'll talk to anybody.
Yep.
Probably a good thing considering we're starting a call-in show together.
Yeah, you might want to get used to that. You know, Otangelo was in your side chat earlier. If you're going to do a call-in show, you know Otangelo's showing up. So.
Oh hell yeah, he's going to probably call in.
I was just going to say, if Randolph and Otangelo go at it, I want to moderate that.
Okay, set it up. I'll gladly participate in that. Go ahead and organize it.
Yeah, all right.
It might happen before you know, Randolph. You've been coming in my rooms a lot, and Otangelo just seems to really love me. You know,
You're on his
He
radar.
likes the attention. He was on 3 different streams tonight, right? Popping in and posting questions. So
yeah. He's not the worst Christian. He's funny. He's like he's like the Looney Tunes Martian dude.
well,
Marvin the Martian.
he hasn't learned anything since the last page of the Bible. Like he's literally shut off, right?
Yeah, he's totally stuck in that Bible. Yeah, no
But
doubt.
in general, I'd say he seems like a nice enough guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
I
nice. Yeah.
I think we should just have a Randolph building his deck stream. You know? Why not?
The deck's
I'm
already
just jealous. Randolph is older than me, and he can get on his knees. I can't get on my knees no more. That ain't gonna happen.
I've got other aches and pains elsewhere, but I won't say because I'm in denial about my aging, which, by the way, isn't working out as planned.
But Randolph, question for you. Are those Robertson screws you're using there?
Everything else was Robertson. They didn't have this big, wide, flat one in Robertson, so I'm stuck with Phillips on this one. But I don't know if you can see it here. It's got a really wide head. I'll try to bring that up here.
Looks like a drywall screw.
Yeah.
There we are. There we go. I told you it would be an interesting stream.
Hey, we are
talking. Oh my God! He's using drywall screws. Holy shit!
No, but you gotta commentate it like golf. It looks like he's going for the flathead screwdriver. This one seems to be made by I don't know a tool name company.
DeWalt.
I don't know there, Mikey. I personally would have went for the Phillips screwdriver myself.
This one's rigid.
Rigid.
Nice.
There's a joke in there somewhere. He really likes to do that kind of stuff.
Oh, jeez.
One of my distant cousins ran a tool making company in Sheffield, out of Sheffield Steel, back in the 18th century, I think.
You know,
I remember those days.
I'm just surprised.
That's a distant cousin.
I'm surprised that Mikey missed an opportunity to talk about how I'm screwing here.
How dare you assume that I would stoop so low as to make such a crude joke
fuck
at
you,
my
you so
friend's
would.
behest?
Well, we can talk about it once I finish screwing.
It's not making it any easier.
Well, we don't have any ladies in the chat anymore, do we? So, well, maybe in the chat we do.
These are all going
Not
in,
here.
by the way.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do. In the chat, we do. But it's all right. It's okay. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna bring this to an end pretty soon. So, if anyone would like to plug anything, now would be your chance to do so before I close this out. Rory, I don't know if you really have anything to plug other than your.
No, I don't want to plug anything. Thank you very much.
Why did
I had the pleasure of talking to Veckel this morning. I'm going to be reviewing it on my channel tomorrow. Good times, really good times.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. And Mikey, what about you? What do you got to plug?
On Thursday, on Turkey Day, I will be streaming all day. So if people are no longer connected with their family for a number of reasons, you guys can come hang out with me on the Bin channel. So you will not be alone on this holiday. And I'm still trying to figure out something for Christmas. So I'm going to make that a yearly thing where it will be an open room. Anybody wants to come in. I got the Jackbox party pack and all that shit. So we'll play some games, hang out, have some talks, have everybody stop by. So the Bin on Thursday.
I'll pop in for sure. Simply Secular Dave, what about you? Got anything you want to plug?
No, the only stuff that I've done recently was the Murder Shed Steve commercials for Tart, and I did a song intro for the Social Distancing Social Club, a comedy thing that's online. But as soon as I get some half decent graphics worked out, we'll throw some video up there, and I'll start plugging away and linking away and doing all that. I don't do Instagram, but I am on Twitter.
All right. Randolph, what about you now that you're reaching for the sky, apparently?
I just put the last screw in, so this is all I've got for tonight. I have to do more in the coming week, but
did you bust a nut?
No, we're not. We're using screws. But so we've the Canadian Atheist, as I mentioned earlier, we're working to normalize atheism in Canada and hope that catches on throughout the world. We're also working to counter vilification of atheists and atheism and encouraging others to do the same. So if you want to know more, please take a look at our website at www.canadianatheists.ca. And then, of course, Neil and I will be co-hosting a program which will be part of the Yeah, and that's what this West Wall is all about. It's part of the new studio that's going up. So there's a little bit more view of it here. Just got a little bit of equipment,
That's like
windows and doors in there. But yeah, it's
that's
True
the
North
name
Talk.
of the new TV show, The West Wall. The West Wing. Never mind.
Yeah. So we're True North Talk is the name of the program. It's truenorthtalk.ca. You can go there on the website and find our YouTube channel and whatnot. And Neil's been helping me a lot, but lately he can't because he's at home due to COVID-19 restrictions with your work, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
They don't want us going
Otherwise
out
he'd
and
be
get.
here.
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise he'd be here, and we'd get this done twice as fast.
Well, I think the following weekend I'll be able to do it again because they just wanted us to abide by the 2-week thing that they got going on right now. So,
and if anybody wants to reach me on Twitter, you can find me. My handle is Randolph828. That's Randolph spelled with an F. Thanks for hosting this, Neil.
no, you're welcome. And what about you, Mr. Quiet Gorilla?
No, I've got no content new. I was gone for 10 years after I started my original channel, and I've just come back thanks to COVID, and I'm just kind of watching, taking notes, and kind of seeing what's changed over the last decade. But who knows? Maybe someday soon I'll start putting stuff back up. In the interim, I'm just waiting for you guys. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I think I asked you if you had a deconversion story to share, and you really didn't.
I was raised entirely without organized religion or systems of belief, and so this has been fascinating to me because I never even thought of myself as an atheist until I was in my 30s.
Wow.
Right.
It was
That's really interesting. Like, so you were gone for a decade. So, I imagine it's quite similar. You missed the whole far right extreme atheist movement, like
the angry atheist. I tended to. My academic background's in sociology, and I was watching the emergence of Web 2.0 technology and the effects that it was having on young adults and the creation of personal identity. And so I was just kind of watching it evolve, and I was there, and that stuff started getting going. But then I got busy with my in real life job, and kind of tapped out for a decade. And then I came back because I have more free time since the campus is closed. And I was like, "What happened?"
No doubt.
Yeah, because I spent 2 years documenting and watching everything. It culminated with me doing a TEDx talk, actually, and I kind of hoped that the growth of this technology would result in there being a more diverse number of voices to the platform, and people would be kind of challenged to think more critically about the content they were consuming. And so I kind of closed my notebooks thinking, great, we're all going to suddenly become better educated because there's so many voices that we can choose from, and it'll force us. Yeah.
Innocent, naive fool.
Yeah, logged back in March
very,
and thought,
careful.
boy, did I misjudge that one. That's it. It seems, I think maybe it's gotten worse.
You say innocent man.
Well, that's so interesting, though. That's so interesting.
Yeah, optimistically naive.
At the beginning there, I'm sure Neil mentioned it, but what's your human name?
Oh my, yeah, my human name is Darren. But I've been the quiet gorilla on the internet since BBS and Usenet.
Wow!
Holy shit!
Those are good days.
Yeah, I remember those days. I remember dialing in with my 3300 baud modem, and everything was text based, and so I watched that whole evolution.
I ran
still hear that noise sometimes.
I ran some BBSs. Those are good old days. Yeah.
I had fucking 36900 baud modems and shit back in the day.
I had the modem sound as my ringer on my phone one time, and I was in a meeting in a boardroom, and one person laughed, and everyone else just stared at me like, "What's that?"
I still have nightmares about that sound. Like I wake up in a cold sweat. I'm like, "Oh, it's 2020." It's 2020.
Any better? Is 2020 really any better?
No, it's not. No.
It's been really
interesting. Darren, I had a friend of mine in my village here in England who did a TED talk as well here in the UK. So you have something in common with a good friend of mine.
I actually have a lot of family in the UK. My grandparents were from there. I'm only second generation Canadian, so yeah, it's a small world when you realize how interconnected we've become in just the last decade.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, the fact that half
heard
of us all live in BC within an hour of each other.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's actually pretty cool.
Well, I posted in the side chat earlier. I hope you damn Canadians are ready because Gilead is close, and you're going to have to save America.
We're ready to receive, but states are going to become provinces. It's
You just have to self-isolate for 14 days.
Yeah, and we're going to remain Canada. We're not going to become the United States of Canada. We're just going to be continue.
Well, no,
yeah,
we could be the United States of anything but here. Right? Anything but here.
Provinces in Canada. That's all you have to do. It's really
just call it the Fellowship of North America. There you go.
So,
and if you don't know what Gilead is, go watch The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh yes.
Oh my God.
So Canadians are like, you know what? Instead of you guys coming up north, we'll just move the border. Just stay right where you're at. You already have a house right there. No need to come up. We'll just move the border down.
We have to draw it down around the coasts, and kind of like from leave the Midwest in its own little bubble. Although I really like to get Texas for the barbecue.
Just like you're just go around.
Well, Texas is slowly becoming more liberal. So just wait 10 years and you can have Texas. It's
I was watching the results of the election. I was hoping it was going to swing that way, and then we could just stay right.
Oh, we're so close in Texas. We've almost got Texas. We're almost there. We are almost there.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, Trudeau appears to have become a little bit right wing recently.
What has?
President Trudeau.
Oh, Trudeau? Yeah.
Trudeau. Yeah.
No, Prime Minister Trudeau, not President Trudeau.
Oh, Minister, right, is it? Okay.
Yeah, Prime Minister. It's a classier position.
I don't like anybody that's hotter than me.
Where's your fire?
But that's all we have in Canada. It's just a bunch of,
I don't like 98% of humanity. So.
Okay, you sound normal to me.
This is a weird way for him to. It's a weird way for him to say he doesn't like me. You could have just said you don't like me. You didn't have to go through these great lengths to insult me. Like, that's just mean. 98% of people are good, except Mikey.
Well, no, that just means you're ugly like me, Mikey.
That's what I'm saying. That why we got to pump up everybody else for us to be ugly? Like, I don't know why.
Mikey, I'm surprised you don't get it. He's doing it for the ratings.
Yeah. Oh, it's all the ratings.
I've been told many times I have a face for radio, so. I think did they say voice? They said voice, maybe? I don't know.
I said voice.
Hey, Mikey, I got a Christmas card once that said, "Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night, except Dave. Dave's at work."
Poor Dave.
That's amazing. All right, you guys. Really as much fun as this is, I do have other things that I need to go to do. So thanks, everyone, for jumping in with myself and Jessica tonight. I hope you guys I love that we had the Canadian content and we're actually okay with in Canada. There's a law that you have to have at least 33% Canadian content in whatever we do. So tonight we're gold.
You need to put the little maple leaf in the corner of the
well,
watermark.
I mean, I got so many more possible roommates if Trump actually becomes president again. So
he's not good.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm not trying to prolong your conversation. I was just saying, nice to meet you, Canadians.
Actually, I think the Rage is talking 4 years from now. He said he's going to run again.
Oh well,
yeah.
Rage, you can always come up here and you can couch surf at all our places. And we find you some permanent residence.
I'm gonna hop from Canadian to Canadian. Help me.
You just need to bring all the American snack foods we can't get up here.
Like whatchamacallits.
I can bring that.
Well, it is nearly 5 o'clock in the morning where I am, so I think I'm going to get out soon.
Take care, Rory. It's always good. Always a
trooper.
Thank you, Randolph. Yeah, and Mikey, and nice to meet the others too.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
No worry. All right, thanks everyone in the chat for hanging out with us. I hope you guys had a good time. Clearly we were. And yeah, I'm all scrambled eggs. So basically, A couple announcements before we shut it off. My show will be going to Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays to make room for my ability to be one of the hosts of the nonprofits from the ACA shows. So if you haven't subbed to the new nonprofits channel, I'm not sure if I put a link in the description box, but you just type in the nonprofits and it'll pop up. And my first taping will be airing this Sunday between Talk Heathen and the Atheist Experience. So you'll be able to see myself and Jenna and Martin and Puck talk about all kinds of crazy things. And
Great.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And also, thank you very much for all my wonderful patrons out there, and of course, people like the Quiet Gorilla down below that have helped out my channel in ways I would never be able to say thank you enough for. So, you guys help make the show better. Yeah. All right, that's it. I'm fucking muting them now. Also, don't forget to sub to True North Talk. Randolph, the guy I just muted over there somewhere. I hate how this is all backwards. It's weird. Anyways, him and I will be hosting the show True North Talk, where we'll be able to talk to all kinds of theists, atheists, and everything in between about beliefs and about all kinds of cool stuff. So I hope you guys will sub to that channel. There's a link to that below in the description box. And if you missed the original interview I had with the lovely Jessica Schab, there's a link to the original interview in the description box below. And there you will find all the links where you can go and check out what she's all about. And until next time, guys, with the whole COVID-19 thing going on right now, remember to be well and be safe, and above all, be kind. And like the late, great Carl Sagan once said, there he is. Like the late, great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And we will see you guys next time. Oh. Untangled.